Well, hello again. Jen Patero here. A little bit later in the week seems to be the norm these days as we adjust to a new way of living. It's been so nice to be able to get out and see people, be social, have my kids participate in activities, but it has cut into my video making time, or it has altered my video making time. So making these videos a little bit later on, I hope that that's okay. It is what it is. But I did want to make a video for two reasons this week. One, to announce the fact that I am no longer in a caloric or a ketogenic refeed, reverse diet, excuse me. I'm not in a reverse diet anymore. I did, in fact, on Monday, start to cut those calories down. Now I'm 14 weeks out from show day, so I'm not quite in that crunch, magic 12 week mark yet, but getting pretty darn close. So I'll chat a little bit about that. And then the other thing I wanted to talk a little bit about, because I've had a few questions, is how do you manipulate your macros to ensure you get enough fat in your diet if you are doing keto and you want, which to me, I feel it is most beneficial. Now, it's different for everybody, and it's different based on what you want to do, what your goals are. But if you want to maintain that high healthy fat, moderate, adequate protein, and low carb, how do you add the fats in without the carbs? And I struggled with that too. And so I'll chat about a few of the things that I use when I'm living and eating like a normal person to jack the fats up and keep the carbs low and keep the protein moderate. So first off, like I said, I am no longer in a reverse diet. I started this Monday, we started to cut calories a little bit, not much. So last week, I was eating 160 grams of fat, 140 grams protein, 10 grams carbs, and my total caloric intake per day was 2,040. My weight at the end of last week, Sunday, was 128.6, right? I have been eating a lot of carbs by way of vegetables. I've been snacking on a lot of raw veggies. And so that I feel is causing me to retain a fair bit of water. The other thing that I'm doing is, I went off the rails a couple of times, right? Like I overate macronutrients. There's no two ands, ifs, or ways about it. I'm holding on to some fat that I probably wouldn't have otherwise had I not done that, but that's okay with me. I can overindulge on occasion. I can live life as it happens. And the most important part about all of that is that you reset, right? And I do all the time, every Monday. I don't know why. I've got a weird, I'm a creature of habit, and I always start things on Mondays. So reset and recalibrate, and every Monday I'm focused again and my brain shifts. So anyways, I'm holding on to a little bit more fat maybe than I would have if I didn't go off the rails, but that to me is okay, and I think it was necessary. So I weighed 128.6 on Sunday. And then on Monday, we shifted my macros. So I'm now consuming 155 grams of fat. Fat came down a tiny bit. And I'm consuming 145 grams of protein. Protein went up a tiny bit. And calories, of course, came down because there's more calories in a gram of fat than there are calories in a gram of protein. So my calories per day right now, on average, 2,015. And my current weight is 127.4. So over the course of the last few days, I dropped a bit, probably water, but I've dropped a little bit. So that's what I'm doing. And I made the decision this week, now that we're back in cutting phase, I am not snacking on the vegetables. I cut out the cauliflower, the broccoli, the celery, That's pretty, cucumber, no, I didn't cut out. Cucumber is the one thing I did not cut out. What I've shifted with my cucumber is I'm not eating a pickle. I will take cucumber fresh out of the garden, chop it up, and leave it overnight in some vinegar, and that's how I'm eating my cucumber. And only one a day, but that is my little treat. Otherwise, sticking to my brick. Well, first I have my coffee, 3 to 4 coffee in the morning with heavy cream. Then I will have my brick with my collagen mixed into water. Then at nighttime, I have my ground beef and my eggs. So this week, ground beef every day, 10 ounces ground beef, usually 2 whole eggs, and then somewhere between 11 or 12 ounces of egg whites will make up the balance of that. So I've been doing this all week. I am going away this weekend, camping again, going to see some cousins, and cannot wait. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I should probably make up my mind pretty soon, because that's the best way to be successful with this, is to have everything planned and then follow the plan. Don't deviate from the plan, or at least that's how my brain works. But I don't know. I think I'll stick to ground beef and eggs for the most part, but I may have chicken one night. I may have steak one night. I don't know. The problem for me is with the competition, I need to be uber consistent with the macros. And so I'm pretty confident when I eat lean ground beef, what the macronutrient breakdown of that is. But when I eat chicken, I can say chicken thighs in my tracker, but every chicken's different. Every chicken thigh is like, it's just not as accurate, I don't think. So it's totally okay to do that any other time of my life, but when I'm trying to be this strict, but I'm not quite at the 12-week mark. Anyways, you can tell internally I'm still conflicted. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll keep you posted and let you know how it goes by way of my weight. And I'm not putting a lot of my keto go-to snacks in the trailer. But on a normal day, in normal life, these snacks are how I manipulate my diet to fit these macros. Because if any of you are following a keto diet, I'm sure you will agree with me, it is not easy to maintain high fat without upping the carbs, without upping the protein. Protein is easy peasy. It is easy peasy to hit your protein without over consuming carbs, without over consuming fat. But then to make up the difference can be tricky, and I struggled with this. So this is why I thought I would quickly share with you some of the things that I do to up the fat. So the first thing that I did, especially when I was adapting to a ketogenic, to a fat-fueled state, I would put butter in my coffee. Actually, not butter, ghee, organic ghee in my coffee. And I would also put Mct oil. Now this is an old jar because I love that with 3 pumps, I know that I've got a tablespoon of Mct oil. So I just buy the stuff from Costco. It comes in a black plastic bottle, and refill it. You can see I'm almost out, but I don't use this right now, except on show day. I did use some on show day to add some fat to my tuna, but I don't use that much. I'm getting it from food. But yeah, medium chain triglycerides, that is amazing. And you can add it to coffee, add it to tea, add it to your food, I guess, as well. But the way I usually do it is through my coffee. The other thing that I use and love are my macadamia nuts, backwards writing. Just buy a bag at Costco. They are delicious. They're humongous. They're yummy. And what is it? For half a cup, there are only 3 grams of carbs, because there's a total of 6 grams of carbohydrates, but 3 of those grams come from fiber. So if you want to look at net carbs, you subtract the fiber from the total carbs. So you're left with, for a half a cup, you're going to get 3 grams of carbs, but you're going to get 38 grams of fat. And where's the protein? Only 4 grams of protein. So great source of fat and super delicious. The other thing that I use are these peely nuts. I had never heard of them. It was actually Robert that told me about these guys. They used to sell these little bags at Costco, no longer. I actually had a girlfriend of mine in Brantford go to the Costco in Hamilton to buy them out when I found out that they were clearing them out of Costco, because these are amazing. You can buy them directly from, I think it's Base Nuts. Anyways, they are super yummy, super fatty. Now in one package, what is it? There is only 1 gram of carbohydrate, and that 1 gram comes from fiber. So you're not getting any net carbs, but you are getting 22 grams of fat and 3 grams of protein. So I would eat a pack of these a day, sometimes 2 when I really needed to up my fat. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, avocado too works, but there's quite a few carbs in avocado. What else? I mean, eggs. Eggs are great to help increase fat, but there's a lot of protein in there too, and some carbs. Those are the things outside of adding ghee or adding, beef tallow. I've bought beef tallow from a butcher and I have some in the freezer, and I would add that to my cooking. And yeah, sauces, things that you can like dip your protein into that are high in fat. I know I made a really buttery concoction with some horseradish, and that's what I would use, and I think garlic and a few other things. That's what I would use when we had steak, instead of using a steak sauce or whatever that's high in carbs. Anyways, so those are a few tricks that I use when I'm eating like a normal person to up my fats without upping my carbs. And yeah, great news. Here we are, beginning that cut 14 weeks out. We'll see where we can take this body this time, and how I can present myself on the World UFE stage on November 13th. Anyways, take care. Have an awesome rest of your week and weekend. And I'll keep you posted as to how mine goes if I stay on track. Gonna do it. Doing it. Take care. Bye.